What's up, world? Welcome to another edition of That MOE Show. I am Hitch Montana with my guy.
Cadmean,
Hey, we're back.
back, baby.
We're back, baby. We're
Back,
long.
baby.
It has been a long, long hiatus, right?
Hey, man. Sometimes you gotta get back in the lab and come out better and stronger.
Right. Yeah, I guess we had to let some things brew, let some things come up. And I'm glad we're back though. It's
Yeah,
been a minute.
ironically, we've been gone and we ain't really missed nothing except for one big thing, but we'll talk about it.
Yeah. All right, it's like I said, it's good to be back. It's been a minute.
And
So, where do we start? Because we
hey,
jumping
man.
in a whole new game now. We're not gonna come back with the same stuff that we were with last time.
Yeah, so I think we need to talk about this Tyler album
Ah, yeah.
because I'm trying to figure out how, because I mean, we've talked about the special edition albums, and usually they're just like not great, like we could do
Right,
without them. But how did this man already have a great album, do
right.
basically a special edition, and it's even better?
Better than the first one.
And it's even better. Every song he added for the estate sale, incredible.
Uh, I don't
Incredible.
know how you could make a solid. Wait, no, I don't see how you could make album of the year and then just add eight more songs and make album
Make
of the
album of the
year
year again.
again
He's gonna make album of the year on the same album.
on the same album.
Incredible.
That's amazing. Look, I don't understand. Tyler has really evolved into something dynamic. I gotta say, Tyler has gone a long way to be from being the what is it, the viral sensation at one point in time, eating the roaches with Yonkers, to all the odd future features and all the artists coming out, to now just really he's that guy.
Yeah, I think I seen something where he said that after like the third album or something, he like went back to the lab and relearned everything.
Yeah.
Yo, so this estate sell Tyler, because now he's back to rapping, is like what I thought Tyler was going to be rap wise when I heard Bastard. Because
Mm.
if you listen to Bastard, which I don't think that made it to streaming services, but Damo's Alchemist project did, which is awesome. So you got some throwback Freddie Gibbs on there. If y'all like Freddie Gibbs, it's pretty fire. And some Earl, all that stuff. Anyways, back to Tyler. But like, if you listen to Bastard, he's actually like spitting. I mean, he's saying crazy stuff for shock value, but he's like actually rapping.
Right.
So now you get Goblin was the second one. Yeah, you get Goblin. He's kind of rapping there, not as good as Ambassador. And then it just
Isn't
kind of like
Transylvania on Bastard?
no, I think it's on Goblin.
Mm.
Goblin was the one that like took him where people kind of knew him, even though Yonkers is on Goblin, but the video for Yonkers, I believe, was out before Bastard was even out. Um, but I think Transylvania. I know Tron Cat's on Yonkers. I know Window is on Yonkers.
Yeah,
Um,
Tron Cat's on no, Tron
yeah,
Cat's on Goblin.
Goblin. Okay, then
Yeah.
I'm getting confused. I got the
And
cover.
Transylvania's on Goblin. Yeah.
Yeah, I
She
got
is
the.
on Goblin too. Not yeah.
Oh, she and her are both on there.
Her is on Goblin as
Yeah,
well. I'm looking
and
it up right. I'm
Yonkers.
looking at it right now.
Really, all the stuff where he started getting on TV is on Goblin, the second one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's kind of rapping there, but now you can see he's a little more commercial. Then I don't even know what's the one after that. Wolf.
Uh let's pull up the discography. What
Yeah,
are we looking at?
we're new, but we still want to make
Yeah.
sure we get our facts
It's
right.
Goblin, then it's Wolf.
Wolf, yeah. So then Wolf isn't like he's not really rapping. That has I Hate You. Pharrell, you can see the Pharrell influence is starting to come.
Yep.
Then you get like I think Cherry Bomb is after that one.
Yep. Cherry Bomb's after that one.
And then the Flower Boy and Igor and like those where it's like
Mm-hmm.
okay he's getting a lot of Pharrell influence. He's not really back to rapping.
Right.
Then we get Call Me When You Get Lost, which has DJ Drum on it, which still is weird. that he was on the album.
I think he had DJ Drama on there, like I told you before, for the sake of just mixtape essence.
Yeah, it didn't make any sense for the album, but it
Yeah,
makes sense for the States though, because it's shorter.
yeah,
So he's
yeah.
just in there talking from the intro of that going on. And it's like, okay, this fits better than him being on like half of the original album. Then he just disappears for the rest of it. But there he's chilling with his toes out. You know what I mean?
We're in Geneva chilling with our toes out.
But nah, man, this might be album of the year. It's the best rap album I can think of right now off the top of my head that's come out this year.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I don't think there's anything. Oh well, Khaled's album was fire too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
Khaled's
wasn't, I
album was
don't think
well
it's as
done.
good. I think when it comes to voting, it's like, are people just gonna throw it away because it already came out? Or are they just gonna look at those new 7 or 8 songs and then compare everything to that?
I listened to the whole thing all the way through again.
Yeah,
I
I
had
did
to
because
see
it just
it go
works.
together. Yeah, and I couldn't even, to tell you the truth, listening to it, I didn't even know. I didn't even realize, even after I knew there were 8 songs, I didn't even realize that they were brand new songs until I looked at the catalog again, because to me, it just, they've all flowed. And drama was still throughout the other 8 too. So you couldn't really tell that it was another 8 songs.
Yeah, I know when I finished the 8, because I had it on whatever, on repeat. I finished the 8 and then it went into the album and it all just flowed, like looped. Because
Yeah.
then I got to like the 42 Doug song and I was like, wait a minute, I'm like, this the new album part's still going. I'm like, oh wait, I already went back through. But and then he dropped the video for like every one of them, I think.
Hmm.
Because I
I didn't see
know,
that. I saw the one for Dog Teeth.
yeah,
And
Dogtooth, he dropped a video for that. That was the first one. Then he dropped the video for Sorry Not Sorry, where he has all his personas, and then one of them kills all of them.
hmm.
And then Heaven Only Knows, which is my favorite song of those new like 7 or 8. But Heaven Only Knows, he dropped a video for that. That's pretty fire. He dropped a video for Hot Wind Blows, which is pretty fire.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, Wayne's not in it. It's
Wayne's
just,
not in it though.
but it's fire. It's fire. Yeah, he just dropped a whole bunch. There might be more. I don't know. I know those 3, 4 off the top of my head that he dropped.
Hmm. I gotta go. I gotta say this really quick. I like this setup that we have now compared to doing the lives. I mean, I enjoy the lives, and for all of those who are fans of the show, uh, the lives were fun, but this is just a little bit more comfortable.
Ain't it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
this is
ain't
just a little
it?
more comfortable. Just the whole setup is just way more comfortable than the live was. But um outside of Tyler, what else happened? I mean, did we talk about God did before second season? Did we touch on it at all?
Did we talk about that album?
I don't know. I don't know. Because God did was a really good album. Like, well, it's not, I don't think we should sleep on that for a moment if we haven't touched on
But
it.
but was the album good, or did Jay-Z just drop an amazing verse?
Nah, the album is good in itself, because think about it. We got a really good Quavo and Takeoff song. We got a pretty decent Kanye-esque type of track with Eminem on it.
Oh, that song was bad.
I know you didn't like it, but I
Yeah,
liked it.
I remember I heard that and I was like, yeah, Eminem don't need no more features, dog. Just
You
let it
don't
go.
like that?
Nah,
That was
that was the Kanye song, right?
it
And
was a
then they
Kanye
took
song that
Kanye
was
off.
remixed by Dre.
Yeah.
Let me pull
One
up
of the
God.
Donda 2 songs, I think, or one of the like the Donda Leaf
No,
songs.
it was off of the Jesus is King project.
It
Um,
was
I'm looking it up right now. It was,
I know what you're talking about.
but he's got the, oh well, Staying Alive with Drake and Lil Baby was not that good.
No, I
Um,
just think Jay-Z dropped an amazing verse. It gave you like 5 minutes a game.
we got, and Okay. Can we? I know you feel the same way I do about Jay-Z as far as the caliber of who he is. But should there be room to continue to debate on his greatness?
See, here's what we're kind of getting at here. We're getting to the. Oh, I'm turning this thing off so it quits making noise. All right, we're getting to the. Is there anything else that he can do to make him even greater? And I don't think there is.
I don't
I
think so
don't,
either.
but I think what's good is that when he like pokes his head out and still like shows that he's good. Like the God did verse was so lyrical. MSNBC did like a story on it. They did a story on it breaking down his bars and how the plane scheme was a quadruple entendre that MSNBC broke down.
See,
And I
how
still
great of a
think,
rapper do you have to be to have MSNBC cover your verse?
yeah, and I think because I think you and I talked, if we didn't talk on this song, that means we never said this in the show. But I think the Jesus turned water into wine for Hove, it just took a stove is one of the best lyrics ever when you look at the grand scheme of what that lyric is.
Yeah,
Where Jesus obviously turned water into wine. For Hove, it just took a stove, meaning that he started selling drugs. And look where he is right now.
right,
And it's just a flex. And then what did he say? How many billionaires came from Hove's crib? He's just flexing, dude.
right.
This is all a flex, man. He flexes through the whole verse. I
But
think that was like the fifth. That was like the fifth bar.
I seen I think I sent it to you on Instagram too, where it talks about he doesn't charge anybody for a feature. He doesn't
Yeah,
charge
he has to
nobody. He
pay.
does all his verses for free. So imagine how much he has to like your song, your beat, your verse, and who you have on it in order for him to say, I'll hop on this
You know, it's funny. Today I just saw. Well, we could talk about it. Kyle said he cooked them off like 3 songs.
one. Yeah.
Yeah, he said he kicked them off like 3 songs, and they just left him on God did. But I saw a thing today where Cameron, I guess, when Oh Boy came out,
Oh
Jay
yeah,
Z
Jay-Z did the
Jay Z
remix.
heard it and said
Mm-hmm.
delete Cameron's verse, recorded his own verse. Cameron heard it after Oh Boy was already big, and told him to delete Jay Z's verse off of it. So we would
Well,
have had the Jay Z Oh Boy.
I heard a different story. I heard that Cameron did Oh Boy, left it in the studio, and I guess the producer was there. And Jay-Z walked into the studio, did his verse, and then said, and I guess he just told him you're welcome. And then when Cameron heard it, he got upset and he deleted
Oh God,
Jay-Z's
I
verse.
saw today Cameron said that whoever it was left with, Jay Z told him to delete it, to delete
Uh-huh.
Cameron's verse, and then he did his own verse, and then Cameron told that same person to delete Jay Z's verse.
Whichever way it happened, I mean, I get that back in the day, like you're all fighting, everybody's fighting for number one, everybody's competing for number one. But at this day and age, I don't see Jay-Z having nothing less than number one. But the bars itself are just too phenomenal. Like you can't come up with this stuff at his age and still be that great with the bars.
He's mastered his craft.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. And he is the definition of mastering your craft. Yeah.
Yes, he is. That's what 10,000 hours looks like.
Yeah.
Is him, and it's at the point where like for Drake to catch him, Drake has to go a different route because he can't do it
Nah.
bar wise. He probably is not going to do it money wise. So he's gonna have to. His is gonna have to be records. It's like
Yeah.
I
That's
beat
the
the
only thing he's got.
he beat the Beatles in these records. He's setting Drake's like setting records that aren't going to get matched.
Yeah.
But then it's like what matters in the scheme. If we're talking about hip hop, it's usually more lyrical. Or Jay Z is more lyrical than Drake, so Jay Z would have the edge there. But if we're talking about popularity, then you're probably gonna have Drake because Drake's probably still has another 5, 10 year run, which is insane.
Oh yeah,
He's gonna be like 40 and still doing number ones.
I think we're gonna see Drake turn into Jay-Z. Like he's gonna be a 50-year-old rapper.
I
But
think not to cut you off. I think we're gonna see Drake turn into Wayne,
I
where
could
it's
see
gonna
that
be
too. Yeah,
more. It's gonna be verses. Like you're gonna get verses from
yeah.
him, maybe on other people's songs. He'll do more like collaborative projects. I'd rather have had because we didn't talk about the 21 Drake one either, but I'd rather have had honestly 21 and J. Cole project than a 21 and Drake project.
Yeah, her loss is not that great. I think
It's
it could have
okay.
been. Oh man, I would have loved to see a 21 J Cole. Yeah, a 21 J Cole project would have been really really good.
And I'll say this, just playing like magical music producer, because this would never happen. But for P and Millions, that song that's on Her Loss, I wish Travis Scott wasn't on that song and they would have put like Childish Gambino on that song.
Yeah, yeah,
Because that song was so smooth without the Travis Scott part. That's when the beat changed. Like take all that out and put Childish Gambino in it, and that song is like a masterpiece.
a Childish Gambino Drake song needs to come out into this world.
Yeah, but
We're long
everything.
overdue for that.
Childish is probably at the end of his ropes though. Like he's not really making music, you know what
He
I mean?
doesn't want to. Yeah, I mean we've noticed that for a long time though. We've noticed that Childish Gambino really just I don't know. Maybe you think he just listens to the public too much.
Nah, I just think that you just get to the point you don't feel like doing it anymore.
But is
Like
it because of the act? Because he's not getting the recognition that he wants?
maybe because I think didn't Asher Roth, there's like obviously we listen to Charles Hamilton. So we're big on like the B.O.B. stuff and like the Asher Roth stuff no one ever heard.
Yeah,
So they have some song Asher Roth says like it's only fun until it feels like a job, then I'll quit. So I think that because you got to think like what's the route. So Charles Gambino probably made like hundreds of songs before people heard him. Like
yeah,
they when he was on like on the Community or whatever that show's called. Probably made hundreds of songs, right? Then you get famous, you get your money or whatever, change your sound. He does well when he changes his sound, but you drop an album and you're like, oh, this is gonna be album of the year, and it's not even close to like being recognized for that. You probably get discouraged.
yeah.
Then you're kind of like, why am I putting so much effort into this? You know what I mean? Then he has Atlanta. So he
Hmm.
has the show that he's working on. He just had the new show that's on Amazon, I believe.
Is that
That had
another show?
yeah, that had Chloe Bailey getting her back blown out on the internet.
Oh my
So
gosh,
that's that show called? Like I don't know what that show's called, but Michael
I need
Jackson's
to see that
daughter's
show.
in it. Yeah, Michael Jackson's daughter's in it because
Oh,
I
Paris
see
Jackson's in it.
yeah, I seen a clip where she says that she's mixed, and I guess the main character girl is like, "What? You're mixed?" She goes, "Yeah, my dad's black, my mom's white." That's why I go by Halsey. Like that's the clip. So I'm like, she calls herself Halsey because I guess Halsey's mixed. I didn't know that either.
Yeah, Halsey's dad is black.
Hey man, we're gonna be on
He's an
Logic. He's like, you're
artist.
biracial.
Halsey's dad's an artist.
Is he?
Yeah, he's a yeah. I think he's a jazz player. I gotta look it up, but I think Halsey's dad is. Well, I know Halsey's dad is an artist. I just don't know what he does.
Yeah. So we're not gonna be on the Logic and just be like, oh, you're mixed. You're biracial.
Yeah, what's it? Do you know what it's called?
Nah. I probably would have known yesterday if you asked me, but on the spot, I forgot what it's called. It's on Amazon Prime.
Mm.
So like, yeah, he got other stuff he's working on.
Yeah, I can. I know that. I know that too. He's always kept his hand in a lot of stuff. Um, but still, I can't help but think that the reason why he's like not making the music that he should be making primarily has to do with the fact that when you're not getting the accolades or the recognition that you feel like you should be getting, and you're not getting the public opinion or I guess the public sway as you should be getting, that you feel like I think it becomes a little bit of a job. Yeah. So where it's like now I'm just trying to appease people. I'm just trying to get people to like me instead of making music that I'm passionate about. But the crazy thing is, everything he makes actually is really good. He hasn't made a
And
bad album.
it lasts a long time too.
He hasn't made a bad album. Psh,
And
nothing.
maybe it's I don't know if he's independent or not yet, or he's still signed. He's like, maybe I just don't want to sell anymore. I don't want to make songs that have to sell this amount just to get some kind of money.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, he probably still makes music with like his friends or whatever.
Let's talk about this crazy AI stuff because
Didn't we talk about this on the show?
nah.
We did.
Oh, we talked
We
about
did.
the guy. We talked about FK, whatever his name
Yeah.
was.
And what did I say?
I don't remember.
I foreshadowed this. I 100% foreshadowed this because I'm pretty sure I said this is how music's going to get made once they figure it out. You don't even need, you don't need anybody because you can have an AI write your own lyrics.
Yeah.
You can have an AI do your voice, which we talked about it with that one artist. And now, obviously, it's in full fledged right now. It's going crazy, and this is brand new technology. And an AI can make your beats.
I remember we talked about on the show, we talked about how we were going to start to see, I said we were going to start seeing multiple of these AIs coming out of the woodworks. But now what we're seeing is multiple AIs impersonating these artists.
They've dropped 3 AI Drake songs.
Yeah.
It was on Spotify. Universal Music Group just got it off Spotify like 2 days ago. It was on Spotify. It had like almost 300,000 streams. It's like 257,000 streams when it got taken down.
That's ridiculous. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. Like I don't agree
It's
with it.
the Drake and Weeknd AI song
That one was on Spotify.
by the dude that made it. That dude made like
What's his name? Ghost Rider?
Ghost Rider 77 or something like that. So he had 3 songs on there. I don't know if they're all Drake's, but the Drake and Weeknd song was one of them. And UMG just took them down. But 257,000 streams in a couple days.
It's ridiculous. You know, the problem is that what if one of these artists decides I'm done making music, and 2 months later you got a whole album out and he had no idea that it even exists until the day it drops.
Or what could happen is you just take a songwriter like they do now, record the demo version like they do now, and then just replace their voice. So they don't even have to record anymore.
I'm not with it. I'm telling you right now.
You could make the song, send it to Drake, and then the AI would just take your voice and put Drake's on it. Drake will never have to touch the studio.
I could actually see Drake doing this though. You know, the problem with this is, regardless of how much I dislike it, I could actually see Drake doing that because you got to think about who Drake is as an artist and how much he uses the machine power that he has around him. This is one of those areas that he would manipulate in his favor, where if he could come out with 2, 3, 4 albums in a year without having to do the work and go on vacation, I think Drake would do that.
No,
I think Drake would do it.
Just think about how the game is, right? It's usually like a face. Somebody writes their own music. I just saw a thing today. 50 Cent said that he wrote like 6 game songs on the documentary because he said he sucked at writing. He was just good at performing.
Yeah, so, he over rapped is what he used to say.
Yeah. And he said he just used people's names for shock value. But it'd be the same concept. You take a face, you have somebody write the lyrics, you perform them for the demo for them to hear it, because you can go on YouTube and hear J. Cole's Power Trip demo for when he sends it to Miguel, which I think it sounds better with J. Cole than Miguel on it, but whatever. That's whatever. They put Miguel on it, nothing you can do about it now. And there's one of Drake doing Fireworks where he sings the hook when they send it to Alicia Keys.
Well, there's both versions of Power Trip that's out. I think both
the J. Cole version is out?
Yeah, both
where
versions exist.
He does the hook.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, that one's better. That one makes it sound as eerie as what that song's about. The song's scary. if you actually look at what the song's about. But what's to say, like, that's just what it is from here moving forward. Now, right now, there's a lot of Drake ones because I think there's a lot of Drake songs. So there's a lot of that the AIs can use to get the words. And then Kanye, they do Kanye's a lot. Where I heard they did Kanye and Playboy Cardi cover Somebody That I Used to Know. Yeah. And they did Kanye sings the dude's part and Playboy Cardi sings the girl part. But like, now the cover thing, I thought the cover thing was cool because it's like, oh, that's kind of funny. Kanye, because they're doing Kanye singing Drake songs. And then you have like the presidents arguing when they're playing video games. There's like the funniest videos that I
Yeah,
watch
I
in
like
my
those.
free
I
time.
saw you sent
They're
me a
they're
couple of those.
so
Those were
funny.
hilarious.
They're so funny. But that's the problem. Because now, what if someone just came out with like an anti-Semitic Kanye song and they just use Kanye's voice to make an anti-Semitic song? You know what I mean? Like that's where the bigger issue is going to be. There's the Bill Gates interview that was fake, that was on the internet. The
Yeah.
AI did that, and I know that's not music related, but it ties into what we're talking about.
But see, this is why I don't like it, because imagine coming out with a song that is anti-Semitic. Imagine coming out with a song that is against the president, or you bad mouthing somebody, not even a diss record, just a track that just, I did this, I did that. None of it's true. And you can't even say it wasn't yours now. I didn't do it. It wasn't me. Just because it sounds exactly like you.
And there's no laws in place for it because it's so brand new.
Right.
Like the thing on the internet is AI Drake is going to win a Grammy. Like that's what's trending on the internet. It's like every time I see one of them Drake AI songs, someone's always in the comment, AI Drake about to get the first AI Grammy. This, that, and the other. But I think this is how it's going to go. Now, it is interesting because then you're going to get in the parody argument. I saw somebody talking about that where like Two Live Crew, when they were getting in trouble and they just said, hey, we parodied the songs that we flipped
Yeah.
to get them out of trouble. Weird Al Yankovic, same thing. Hey, these are parodies of the songs. So like, who's to argue that, yeah, I use this voice, but I use this voice to parody? Or, hey, yeah, I have Kanye singing Hey There Delilah, but it's a cover. Or yeah, I redid their song with my AI, but the AI is covering that song. So it's going to be interesting. But I think this is what labels are going to do because it's already the same process. Now you don't have to spend studio money, like money for studio
Imagine
time.
you saying that. Imagine artists. We always talk about how much we hate artists, the labels coming up with these post-anonymous albums when the artists pass away. I could see labels using this now as a way to recoup. If you pass away and you still owe us 200,000, all right, well, you've already signed away your likeness. So all we need is a writer to come up with the music, and a producer who's desperate for money and doesn't care about integrity. We'll go ahead and produce 2 or 3 more albums just to recoup that money, and you don't ever have to worry about it. And we can just say it came out of the vault. We can just say it came out of the vault, or we don't even have to say it came out of the vault. We can say it's a brand new album just because you signed away your likeness. I know a lot of artists are starting, a lot of actors are starting to do that in Hollywood. Will Smith did that for Gemini
Gemini
Man.
Man.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
Gemini
I
Man.
think they said because they were talking about the parody thing. I think they said Bruce Willis is the first like official actor. I guess he's doing it in a movie that's coming up or that came out. That he was the first one to do it, where they just CGI'd his face to make him look younger, and they did it in Star Wars when the actors that played Princess Leia died
Hmm.
while they were filming. So they did it to finish the movie because she's in that whole movie, but she died like in the beginning of them filming it. So I guess they just took a person and put like a mask on them or something, and then just they put her face in the movie.
Man, I'm gonna hate it. I'm telling you right now, I'm gonna hate it. One thing I noticed though, the Jay-Z ones don't sound like Jay-Z.
Nah, though I think the ones that sound really good are the Drake and Kanye ones.
Have you heard Rihanna's?
Uh-uh.
Oh, Rihanna sounds like Rihanna.
I'll check it out. I heard there's an Ariana Grande one too. That sounds like Ariana Grande.
Rihanna's. I heard one. I heard a AI Rihanna covering um a Beyonce song, and I heard one covering, I think it was a Tim's song, and both of them were fire. Both of them, I was like, if Rihanna really did these songs, oh, that'd be
Oh yeah, I
crazy.
gotta check that out then.
That would be crazy. But
Yeah.
I again, my issue is the dark side of all of this. Like, I don't see anything. I don't see too much good coming out of this unless you have like, what would be something good that I could see happening out of this? Maybe let's say an artist has started something and maybe they crush their vocal cords, have an injury or something like that. I could see them using AI for their benefit on that, just like they would do with auto tunes back in the day when their
Right.
vocals weren't that great. Use auto tunes to tune them up, right? So we could use AI to finish off a song just for the simple fact that, hey, my vocal cords are damaged. I've had to get surgery, and my album needs to drop by the end of the month. But the rest of it, it's all dangerous. It's all bad, and especially because it's so new, you can manipulate it any way you want to manipulate it. Every label can take advantage of it and say, "Oh, we didn't know." Every wannabe artist can say Jay-Z got on my verse or whoever
Yeah,
got on
yeah,
my
that's gonna
verse.
be the issue. What do you
Yeah.
like? Oh, I got Drake verse.
Oh, especially Drake, especially because Drake does everybody else's verses that come out of the woodwork. So why wouldn't he do it on this nobody's verse? And now Drake's got to go on Instagram or somewhere every other day and say, no, that's not mine. That's not mine. That's not mine.
Right. Yeah, because
But
I know when we're talking about the labels, UMG's the biggest one, and they're like, yo, this is a problem.
yeah,
Like I think I saw they reached out to like all the streaming sites and was like, hey, like y'all need to put a ban on this. And then that's shortly after that news came out is when that dude put those Drake songs on Spotify and then they took them down.
watch them start doing verifies for actual artists' music. They're gonna have a green check or something by the artist
Yeah.
to say that this is their actual song.
But
Be-
here's me just thinking about it because I just said that like this will be how artists record because they won't go to the studio. They'll just I wonder though is the I have to look into how the voice technology works. If it's reading a script and that's where the voice is coming from, like I imagine the president's playing the game, right? That's probably a script that the AI is reading to make those voices. But when it comes to like artists, I doubt it's a script that it's reading to sing. It's probably just at this moment just replacing a voice. Because what I've seen, like, because I've tried to learn how to do it so I can understand the technology. And what it is, from what I've seen, is you split the track into vocal and instrumental, and then the AI processes the vocal and changes the voice in the vocal, and then you put it back on the instrumental. It's like a remix,
hmm.
basically. So it looks like it's not there where you could read a script yet. So I guess it's gonna have to be someone records and then it gets replaced, which means whoever did them Drake songs, I wonder if they're like recording and then because there's another dude on the internet, he'll record it and then he changes his voice to like Kendrick and he changes his voice to like Kanye with some kind of like plugin that he just changes his voice, but he has to record the songs. You know what I mean? So
One of these artists is gonna do it. One of these big artists is gonna use AI to their advantage to say, I'm still making music and I'm not making music. I'm not out here actually recording any music, but I got this AI doing it. And they're gonna openly say it. And the problem is they're gonna still make money off of it. And again, it's another. I think I don't know. Maybe it's me being an old head, but I think it's manipulation. I think like just like many of the other tactics that have pushed the game when it comes to music along. I think this is another one that's just
I don't
another
think it's a
way to
positive one.
manufacture music.
I don't think it's positive. Like when streaming came out, and it was a thing. Like when we had Dat Piff or Dat Piff had just come out, and like
Yeah.
MySpace had just come out. You could stream music, iTunes, and all of that. Well, iTunes you still had to buy it; it wasn't free. That I think helped because that got the music to more masses.
Oh yeah.
I don't see how this is a positive.
I don't either. I don't see how this is in any shape or form a good idea. Because like I said, the big issue that I see is labels taking dead artists and just cranking out music now like
Yeah,
never before, unless laws get put in place to reserve their essence of who they are, because you can recreate Michael Jackson with this.
I was thinking Prince.
You can
Like if we're gonna
recreate
get a
any
new
of the
Prince
greats,
album,
and call it a long lost album, or just any producer that's never been able to work with these artists easily just come out with their own music. Any any artist, wannabe artists that can't get their name out there, just slap a Drake or Kendrick or whoever's big name on there. Just slap a J. Cole on there and just say, I got a J. Cole verse. And J. Cole's never even knew you existed. It,
right?
nothing like that. You don't got to pay for a verse anymore. Or just somebody who wants to get the credits for being Drake or whoever, The Weeknd, and just now I'm gonna go out here and I'm just gonna make a Drake song. I don't need Drake. I don't need this person. I don't need anybody. I'll just make a Drake song and upload to YouTube, and I'm gonna get my streams up. And next thing you know, I'm gonna monetize off of YouTube's success, and I'm making money just because I made a fake Drake song.
Yeah, I mean, if I knew how this AI thing worked, which I still look into it because I'm real interested in the technology. If I can figure out and I can get it myself, hey, I'll give us the J. Cole and Kendrick album that we all wanted. I'll make
It
the beats.
exists.
I'll make the beats, and then we'll just
No, it's the
go
J.
from there.
Cole Kendrick album that exists.
Yeah, what I say?
You said J. Cole Drake.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, the J. Cole Kendrick album. I'll do it. If
Yeah.
I can figure out how to do it, I'll do it. It's coming
But
out.
it exists. Absol said it exists.
Well, they had the one song, that Temptation. That song was fire, by
Yeah,
the way.
it exists. They just don't want to release it for whatever reason.
I mean, it's probably old now. Temptation leaked like 2011.
Yeah, we'll get the faded J. Cole, the verse.
Yeah,
Those the
it
J.
it
Cole
won't
that
be good.
everybody
It
loves.
probably didn't age well either. Like
It
at
will
least
it will be a Dra- it will be a J it will be a Kendrick that we don't like anymore.
yeah, probably offbeat Kendrick.
Yeah. Nah,
Um,
it will be a effing problems Kendrick. It would be a Pimp a Butterfly Kendrick.
nah,
It's
that came out
outdated.
later. That come out in 2011. That's like before Good Kid, Mad City.
The Kendrick and J. Cole album?
So that's how long Temptation been out. Temptation was out a long time. Oh, speaking of J. Cole, he drops. Let me verify before I say this because we got a minute left. Then he dropped his mixtapes.
I don't know.
I'm about to look right now because I think Friday Night Lights is supposed to be on streaming services now.
Oh, on Apple. Good for him.
Yeah, hold on. Don't look like it. Look like he lied.
Well, in
Somebody
any
don't lie to me.
case, appreciate y'all tuning in with us, watching another episode with us. Glad to be back. As always, you know why we do it. We do it because we love you. And once again, I am Hitch Montana with
It's Cadmean. Anchor.fm actually no longer exists anymore, so we got to get a
it's
new
called
outro.
Podcaster now.
Yeah, so we got to get a new outro, but next week.
Hey, peace out, world.